All right. Thinking about high school now. So Mo would have been in high school with you.
Yes, 1 year ahead.
And Gretchen, was she still in high school when you were going through?
Yes.
Was Clarion already out? Or was she ever in high school with you?
She never went to high school.
She went on tour as an accordion player. Thick lips and the polka dot.
Accordion, and she used to play polkas for the mine people from the Mine 3 in Coverdale. They loved to hear her play those polkas because they were all Polish.
Yeah.
I grew up with Polish kids.
All right.
Polish kids were tough, man. When you lived with miners, you had to be tough.
Yeah.
Because your dad didn't take off your glasses; he just punched the kids and whipped them with a belt.
Right. So you went to high school.
That was old school.
That's old school. That is old school.
That is old school. Yeah.
Do you have any stories about interactions with any miners or minor kids when you were little? And
oh yeah. Ralphie Schmidt was kind of their leader, and I was the only one that could beat him in marbles. We used to play Potsies, where you had a pot and they put the marbles in them, and you shot them, and if you shot them out, you got to keep them. But if you dropped them in class, the teacher would pick them up and take them and give them to her grandson or something, because we never saw him again once she picked them up.
Ralphie Schmidt.
Ralphie Schmidt. And Ralphie was a leader, and he kind of liked me. But the guy that, in today's world, who would remember me is Wee Wee Partika.
Wee Wee.
Yeah, was he Polish? No, he lived with Wee Wee till this day. He shaved in the 5th grade and was bigger than any of us. And he used to charge us a quarter to go to the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, that's when we were in, like, 5th grade. He didn't get us when we were in 3rd grade. He got us in 5th grade.
He was probably in 5th grade for a while.
He was in 5th grade for about 6 years, at least.
You were born in 1935, so in 1941, was Pearl Harbor 41?
Yes.
In 1941, you would have been 6 years old, so you don't remember anything about Pearl Harbor.
Everything about it.
You remember, what was it like?
It was
Central Park, and when you heard the news, do you remember that?
Well, sure. It was very frightening because we thought living in Pittsburgh that the Germans or Japanese or somebody was going to come and bomb us because we had big steel mills there. And I would ride my bike and be a civil, what did we call them?
Civil Air Patrol? Or
no, not Air Patrol.
Defense?
I'm riding a freaking bike.
Yeah, but you were looking for planes.
That's right, but I could pick.
Civil defense?
Civil defense, and I knew the, you don't call it outline, but I knew
silhouette.
I knew the silhouette of every plane, especially the Scotch ones. They wore hats like you.
Watch for the flying Thames.
Yeah, but I used to. That was frightening, but the good thing is that we owned a restaurant during the war in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. That's why we all loved Arnold Palmer. God bless Arnold.
Who owned a restaurant?
My
I thought
folks.
your mom was a nurse and your dad chased slows.
Yeah, but he started. This restaurant was in my mother's family, so he decided he was going to run it for our family, and he and my mother did. And Clarion, who was kind of a good-looking older gal, she was a waitress, and all the guys used to come in and buy a beer while she was there. And she used to play the accordion occasionally.
So that was during the war?
Yeah. right near the railroad station. And the railroad trains would stop at that station, and the guys would get out, soldiers would get out, and they'd come and they'd eat in our restaurant. And guess what we served mostly? Hamburgers? No. Chip steaks. You ever hear of chip steaks? No, they were way before your time.
What's a
After your time. I don't know exactly what it is, but we used to eat them a lot. But the thing that Mo and I did all the time was go and we used to do the potatoes, which was you threw the potatoes in a machine. It was right like this, and it circled, and it had like sandpaper all on the edges, and it would take the peels off.
Oh.
The peels off the potatoes, and you made French fries, and we had to do that, and then somebody else would cook them. But people ate the French fries like crazy, especially those soldiers who had to eat crap when they were fighting. Mm-hmm. And they loved those chip steaks and chip steaks and French fries. Yeah.
What else do you remember about the World War II?
We saw every war movie ever made.
During, like, as the war went on.
Oh yeah. We hated. Oh, everyone. Back to Bataan, Iwo Jima, the Brady Boys. No, I don't remember the Brady Boys, but the war movies were great. We went and saw all of them, and they were terrific for us to see.
So for fun, you would go to the movies.
Yes, every day.
Every day?
Yeah, every afternoon, because they didn't want us, honking around the restaurant.
Oh, I got it.
Being nuisances.
All right.
Football, we had a team in Bethel that played Mount Lebanon, which was the wealthy guys. And we played for the Porridge Bowl, was the big bowl. I was a left halfback in the single wing, which is way before the time of most of the people watching this. But man, was I good. What a surprise. I could pass, punt, and kick.
Now,
do you remember the name of the restaurant? By any chance?
Yeah, Latrobe Restaurant.
It was just Latrobe Restaurant.
Yeah.
Cool.
Arnie told me he had eaten there once or twice, but I think he was probably lying.
You never know.
Never know.
when did you talk to Arnie?
When he was up here before he died, I had a nice talk with him and a very interesting time with him.
Cool. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
He didn't wear a hat like you, though, even though he was part Scotch.
Oh, that's all right. Well, we're going to talk about high school next.
Okay.
You ready for that?
Sure.
All right.